once more. It's another Tuesday. Thank you for choosing to spend your Tuesday with me. I'm most grateful. Last week we talked about, last week's session's title was, what was it again? Was No Excuses. Yes, it was No Excuses. Well, today we're not going to do a recap. We'll do the recap next week, Tuesday. Today's is a deviation from the previous sessions because today is a recap or a reflection on my 50 years on Earth. So today is going to be a little bit different from the normal, and then next week Tuesday we'll continue. So last week Tuesday, March 3rd, was my 50th birthday. So 50 good years on Earth, 50. And normally on my birthdays, I like to go offline, normally switch off my phone and just have a quiet moment, a quiet day. And then later in the evening, come back online and just respond to messages. But obviously, at 50, it's a milestone, age. Therefore, I couldn't afford to go offline. I had to allow myself to be shown love. And I got a lot of good love, a lot of good attention from well-wishers, family and friends, staff, and I must say I was happy. I was very, very happy. So for all of the good people who wished me and gifted me and stopped by and all the good stuff, I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. It's a day I think I will never forget, so I'm most grateful. Secondly, for all the people who also read, either Tuesdays with Murray or who would not how, as per my request that I put out early in January, requesting that I wanted 50 people to wish me, 50 people should read a book as a gift towards my birthday. So if you have read, for which a good number of people have read and they have updated me offline, I want to say thank you. It means a lot to me. I know the power of reading, the power of knowledge acquisition, and how it impacts one's imagination and where you can go, thereafter. So I'm most grateful for those who took time to read. So Wednesday was good. It's a good day. The following day, which was the 4th of March, in the morning, I think 8 o'clock, we had to go bury a very good friend of mine, a brother and an advisor. I've spoken about his passing, I think, in the past 2 sessions. Solomon, one of the top IT consultants that the world has known, really sharp guy. So after the church service, we went to the cemetery to, bury him. Went to Gethsemane cemetery. So as the events or the ceremony was going on, but when it got to the point where he was being lowered into the grave, and people around started wailing, I felt something I had rarely felt in my life. I felt a sense of sorrow, a sense of emptiness. And he was a very, very good friend, an advisor, somebody I always go to. And anytime I went to him, he asked me, Michael, what do you want to drink? He always used to have, another bag, red one, close by, and he would pull it out and pick a glass for me, get a glass for him, and we'll sit down and pour us all some wine and just start talking. And he was a guy who had about $10 million in receivable that he was going to pick up from the government in no time. He's been working very hard towards that. And he was a guy who now is being lowered into a grave. Somebody I'm never going to see again. Somebody I'm never going to hear his voice again. So while I was then struggling with my emotions, I kept asking myself, what is life really about? Is this the end? Is this how we go? This is how we go. It's a great, good soul. So if you're watching this, the question is, what is life really about? When we are born, nobody really tells us what life really is about. Nobody gives us a roadmap, a plan as to what life is about, what the do's are, what the don'ts are. Yes, we get some advice from here and there. We get the one from the church, you get the one your parents give you. But most of it, you have to figure it out. So life is, the business of life is serious business. And it's important that we take life serious. So what I've done over the years is, and something I'm going to share, I have come up with 10 principles to live by. And I wrote these things down just to guide me as my years roll on by, and guides me as to how I should conduct myself and the things that matter to me. They are not in any specific order. They, some of them carry weight more than others depending on what phase I'm in life. And I'm going to share those 10 principles with you guys today. This is by no means something I'm prescribing that everybody should do or take seriously. It's just my little guide that I'm sharing. And if you find anything in there that is of interest and useful to you, adopt it and use it. If you have any questions or you want us to debate it or talk about it, ping me and we'll talk about it. I'm going to share these 10 principles on my wall so that you can always, reference them or go back to them and chew on them if you have to. So the first one is believe in your Creator, that He created you in His own image. Therefore, nothing is impossible. 1. Believe in your Creator, that He created you in His own image. Therefore, nothing is impossible. The good Lord in heaven created us in His own image. Therefore, nothing is impossible. This is a principle that is anchored within my psyche and all of me. I always know that there's a supreme being, there's a superpower somewhere watching over me and guiding me. And no matter where I find myself, no matter what challenges that confront me, nothing is impossible for Him. He's in the miracle business. And I must admit, I have had a good life. The good Lord in heaven crafted me specially. I believe it, I've accepted it, and I know that He's always by my side. So as you're watching this, if you're a person of faith, never doubt your God. There are times when you will doubt because you've been praying for one or two things for a while and they didn't happen. But in His own infinite wisdom, in His own good time, if it's something that is meant to be yours, it will come. So, principle number 1, anchor yourself in faith and know that there is God. And if there is God, you can surmount any mountains and challenges that come your way. So that's principle number 1. Very, very important. Number 2, never entertain fear of failure. Be fearless. Those who are closest to me sometimes tease me, Michael the lion, Don the lion, or Michael the eagle. Yes, fear is a feeling, it's there. But I do not entertain fear. No. Fear in a way that it stops me from doing the things I want to do. Fear in the way that I'm scared to make a move. No. I dream and I dare and I go after it. Why? Because my God, to Him, nothing is impossible. So why should I be afraid? He created me in His own image. Why should I be scared? So when some of my staff describe me as, Boss the fighter, it's because it's premised on the fact that I know I got God. So why should I be afraid? But if you happen to find yourself in a position where you're afraid or you're scared, which is natural, use that as positive energy. Use that as a stepping stone to move. But don't let fear crumble you. Don't let fear make you quit. Always remember, there is God by your side. Number 3, dare not to be ordinary, be different. Why would you want to be ordinary and mediocre in the things we do and the way we live our lives? If you work somewhere, don't be an average employee. Be the best employee you can be. Give your very best. Day in, day out. Give your best. Irrespective of what you're being paid or how you're being treated. Just give your best. Because guess what? The good you do will come back to you one way or the other. If you're in a relationship, you love somebody. Be the best lover. Be the best spouse. Be the best boyfriend. Be the best girlfriend. and be the best significant companion. Significant companion is an interesting word that I couched, and it's very special. But if you choose to love, don't love averagely. Love wholeheartedly. Give and let it come in. Dare not to be ordinary, be different. So that when you're not there at work tomorrow, people talk about you. People want to exemplify what you've done and how you've lived. If tomorrow you're not with somebody, a person will look back and say, oh my goodness, I miss this person. Being with this person just gladdens my heart, and I wish I could be with that person again. So don't be ordinary, don't be mediocre. Always seek ways to be the best you can be. And sometimes when people ask me what drives me, these are some of the principles that drives me. I don't want to be ordinary. I want to be the best Michael, the best Don Miller, and the best mental catalyst I can be. Do not be ordinary. 4, dreams are worthless without action. Pursue your dreams with all you have, mind, body, and soul. A lot of times people talk about, oh, I have this plan, I have this goal, I have this ambition, I want to do this, I want to do that. Yeah, it's fine. But what is most important, once again, is action. It's not about talk, it's about action. You have to walk your talk. So when you're anchored in faith, and you're able to dream and have an ambition, the next thing is action. Now, action is moved when you have habits. So you have to what? Create your habits. Now, when you create habits and it becomes part and parcel of your life, what you realize is that the things you seek to do, or the things you seek or desire, are not as difficult anymore, because what? It's becoming part and parcel of you, and it's a lot easier for you to embark upon whatever journey you have. So action is key. Do not procrastinate. If there's something you have to do today, do it today. Don't move it to tomorrow or next week or whatever. Just get it done today. Get it done today. Okay? 5, never carry emotional baggage. Say sorry when you have to and move on. Well, as human beings and as fallible as we are, we hurt people, we betray people, people hurt us and people betray us. And in certain circumstances, it breaks our hearts. I have broken hearts, I've hurt people, I think I've betrayed people. But what I've learned is this. When I don't carry emotional baggage, I feel like a butterfly. I can fly and float and move anywhere I want to move. I can soar. I can run as fast as a cheetah when I don't have emotional baggage. So if you're listening and watching me, if you have beefs that are still active, squash them. There's no need. If a brother or sister you're not talking to, a co-worker you're not talking to, a loved one you're doing Cold War stuff with, let it go. You know why? It's not in your interest. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So if you're watching this and you have an issue with me or whatever it is, I beg you, let it go. Why? And it's very important for you, because when you don't carry emotional baggage, there's positive energy around you. And all of that accelerates whatever ambitions and goals you have. So I try so hard not to have peace, not to have Charlie with a fight, stuff like, no, I let it go. Where I have to say sorry, if I have to go on my knees, I will say it. So there's nothing about ego and big-doos. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Just say it. Irrespective of whether a person's older or younger, whatever it is. Say it. Because what? It's going to heal you. It's going to set you free. So never carry emotional baggage. Let it go. Stay focused regardless of the challenges you may face. Life is filled with challenges. But the beauty of life is that these challenges are meant to improve you, are meant to move you to the next big level. Most of us crumble when we are confronted with challenges. I embrace them. I embrace failure, because failure is something that personally I smile at, something that I take on because I want to overcome it. So far as you don't quit, you've not failed. Now, when you quit, you're not able to get up. That is when you have failed. So anytime you're confronted with a challenge, smile at it, say a short prayer, and go after it. Trust me, you overcome it. Okay? Remember, God is by your side. Invest in yourself. I love this one. First one is read. Constantly feed your mind. Read and read and read. But not just read, but read books in line with your goals and ambitions. So I personally read a lot of books on innovation, business, entrepreneurship, and stuff like that, just to advance my thinking. So not only do I suggest that you invest heavily in reading, also invest in keeping healthy physically. So make sure you're mindful of what you eat, what you drink, your exercising habits. So just make sure you're physically, mentally, and spiritually fit. It's very important. And then lastly, be also financially fit. So don't only save your money, but invest them. Invest your money and let compound interest create wealth for you. Because as we age, you're going to need money in your old age and your retirement. Okay, wow, I just noticed that the live feed cut. So we're not able to finish. So I was talking whilst it was gone. So let me try and finish it. I think we left off on 7. So 8, dream big, tackle in bits, pieces will always fall in place. If you dream small, your success is going to be small. So I implore you to think as big as you can, but tackle them in bits. I personally like thinking big because it gives me a reason to wake up. It gives me a reason to fight the challenges. It gives me a reason to be as innovative as I can be. And I like a humongous challenge. I want a challenge that encompasses the world and the universe. So I encourage you to think as big as you can, but tackle them in bits and chunks. And then as you go on, keep learning as you go along. And if you think big, your success is big, and you make a lot of money, now you can use that money for what? Social good. You can build as many schools, as many hospitals. You can contribute to as many research programs out there. So if you have the gift and ability, do not shortchange yourself. So think big. 9, just live and have fun. When I was younger, I would work like a bull. I would spend so many hours on the road, in the air, just working and try to build an empire, conglomerate of business and all of those things. At 50, I've realized that having fun, enjoying life is equally important. The material things are okay, but the memory and the experiences are priceless. Last Wednesday, when my staff were around, we were talking and laughing about the past. A lot of stories I didn't even remember were popping up, and they were just teasing me. And it was fun. It was just fun. And these are memories we cannot easily recreate. So whether you're at work, you're at church, you're in a relationship, wherever it is, just make sure you have fun and live life. Tomorrow is not promised any of us. I personally have no idea where I'm going to be. So I'm determined to start living, enjoying life, and having fun. Okay? So please do not forget, irrespective of your challenges, find a way to just live. Don't exist. And have fun. Okay? 10, always love everyone, even your enemies. Be selfless. Always go the extra distance to show your love and appreciation. Credit is not yours, but those who have sacrificed with you. When I look back, I am where I am, and I'm going to be wherever I got to be because of others. People have stuck with me. People have taken bullets for me. People have loved me unconditionally. People have supported me. And when I look back at it, I can't wait to be super successful. To just say, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. But whilst I wait for the big bang, if you're watching, I thank you for all the little things and the big things. Because at the end of the day, those are the things that really matter, those who stood by you. And acknowledge them when the time comes. Acknowledge them and let them know. Tell them if they're still around. Tell them if they're still around that you know what, hey, thank you for so and so. Exodus 20:12. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. Learn to love and honor your parents. If your parents are not alive, find some people who can be your mother and your father. Spend time with them. Take care of them. Love them. Support them. Just make them feel heavenly. Because you know what? In their quiet times, they are the ones who will be praying for you and rooting for you. So as I'm 50, as God has given us 70, if I want to live to 70 and more, I have to honor my parents. So as you are watching as well, if you have yours, both of them, one of them, or none, find anybody who can be your parent or parents and honor them. Honor them. So these are my 10 principles. I'm going to share them on my wall. So for those who want to just take a look at them again, feel free. If you want us to discuss, talk about them, let me know. So I'm very grateful for your time. I look forward to catching up next week. I love you guys. Take care and keep safe.